Welcome again, YouTubers. I have a very serious announcement, and not a really announcement, but just something that is very urgent information, and a lot of people don't pay attention to it or really know what's going on or really understand it. But as a lot of you know, I have an autistic child. He's an adult now. He's 21 years old. My middle son, John, and he was born in no, not 1999. That was my older daughter, but 2001. John was born, right? So he'll be 22 actually. Is John 22 now? Oh, okay, yeah, he just turned 22, that's right. Okay, so anyway, when John was born in 2001, he was diagnosed autistic after 3 years old. And like I said, he might have had some autistic traits before age 1, but he regressed even greater into the autistic spectrum, the autism spectrum, which is a very wide range of cognitive abilities in the world of diagnosis for autism. On the one side, you can have what's called Asperger's syndrome, which is a super high intelligence of a genius, right? If any of you seen Rain Man, Dustin Hoffman played an autistic guy that he could count cards and the numbers. He could subtract 100 billion from 99 quadrillion and come up with the answer within a few seconds in his head, right? Absolutely amazing abilities of genius in the one far side of the spectrum of autism. And then in the complete opposite end of the autistic spectrum, you can have a child that's completely invalid, where can't walk, can't go to the bathroom, can't talk, can't do anything, right? So my son John can do some of those things. He can eat on his own, he can get dressed, but he has to have instruction always given to him on any of his activities. He can go to the toilet on his own, and that's number 2. Number 1, he's in a diaper now. He used to be able to go number 1 without a diaper, but he's regressed that ability now where he has to wear a diaper. But he loves to swim and he's quite active. But anyways, so there's a big wide spectrum there, from complete invalid to amazing genius. Anyway, the rate in 2001, which is the chances that if you had a child, you and your wife or girlfriend or whatever, every child born in the world, every one child in 180 children had contracted autism or was autistic, what they call autistic, right? Okay, that was 22 years ago. Today, right now, the rate is, if you have a child, every 1 in 35 is autistic or has autism in some type of that, in some realm of the spectrum. Imagine that. 22 years went from 180 to 35. That'll cook your noodle right there. So that means in approximately 10 to 15 years, every single child born in this earth will be autistic. Every child, every single one. So is this autistic affliction God's attempt to counteract the evil alien possession that is going on in some of the key positions of power throughout the world, government and corporations? Or is this an attempt by the evil ones to inject something in our food supply, water supply, medical supplies, medical procedures, whatever it might be? Is this an attempt by the evil side to make humanity into like vegetables, or into beings that they can completely control and kill at their ease, right? Or enslave so easily, right? Is this their doing, or is it God's doing to counteract it? Because my son John, in his affliction, where he is on this autistic spectrum, he has a lot of traits that's close to God. He's closer to God than anyone I've ever known in my life. Every single person I've ever met, right? And it's the autistic people and the Down syndrome people, and those are the most loving, kind, and innocent, right? Even as adults, innocent people on the planet. Those are all traits that are close to Christ Jesus and God, right? My son, a virgin, never been defiled by a woman. 2, never spoke guile from his mouth. And it says this in the Bible, of how you can maintain and be close to Christ Jesus. And one of the 144,000 at the end of time, the end of days on earth, will be God's chosen ones to go with Jesus throughout the world and conquer all the evil. So the traits of autistic people are godly. I'm just telling you that right now. They have no sin. They are incapable of sin in their state of mind. They're just so innocent, loving, and kind, and innocent's the top word there, because they've never said guile from their mouth, which is they don't swear. They've never said God's name in vain. They've never thought evil about another person. They're completely innocent, just like an innocent tiny child. So there you go. That's the evidence that's more on the side of autism in humanity, is something God has done to counteract the evil possession, alien possession, whatever you want to call it, that are in these people throughout the world right now. So what do you think? Comment on it. I've had one guy comment that he's even seen autistic traits in my youngest son, Leonardo, and I've seen them too. I've said that to myself and my wife, Lilibeth, for several months now. And then this guy that's 60 years old commented, "Oh, do you have any idea that your son has autistic traits?" And I answered him back, "Yes, sir, I have noticed it." And I think it's a blessing from Christ Jesus, because I choose that in my mind that autism is from God. But it could be the opposite, but I don't think so. My heart, my spirit tells me this whole autistic thing is from God. And like I say, within 10 to 15 years, every single child born on the planet is going to have some kind of traits of autistic abilities, whether it be Asperger's and complete genius and without sin and close to God, or a vegetable on the other end of the spectrum, somewhere in there, right? Because it's a wide variety of abilities. So is this from God or is this from Satan? Please comment on it. It's a huge topic right now. Most people don't even think about it. But put in the comments what you think. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, and God bless. Bye-bye.